Hey, what's up, everybody? This is my 2012 grow. Do a quick update. A lot of things have changed. I kind of been out of pocket for the past week. My wife and I had our first child, beautiful baby boy. I'm a proud papa. Pretty excited. So I gave him all my plants a nice big water, and then headed off to the hospital and spent a couple days sleeping on hospital mats, sneaking off just to check on these little things to make sure that these were still doing well. But everything is going extremely well in the grow tent. I'm pretty freaking happy, and I'm gonna kind of just walk you through what some of the new stuff is or how things are going, and then what I'm planning to do to kind of get these things ready for a May 1st plant out. So I'll start real quick with the Pro Mix Flat. These things are growing pretty quickly. I'm really excited. I know last time a lot of these the first set of true leaves were starting to come in. And now I'm actually having like, for example, these are the Maui purples, and these are kind of like the rock stars of the group. They got 3 or 4 sets of true leaves working on another. These over here, the biker billies, they're doing really well, starting to grow in their second set of true leaves. The Douglas crosses right here I got from Chad S. Those are 2 sets of true leaves, working on the third, and these over here are all Fatali crossed with red savinas from Brian, and those things are rocking out pretty nice, real green, real thick foliage. I'm really happy with that. Quickly, I'll move over to these are the ones I saved from the Hoffman's flat, and they are doing pretty freaking well. I got 1 and 2 right here that I kind of let the watering go to the wayside because I was kind of freaked out about the watering. But just to give you an example of how these things are growing, this is a giant red boot, and just you got to look at this. Look at these things. Just a huge turnaround in the like 2.5 weeks or so that it's been underneath or been in the Pro Mix. It kind of took a couple days up to a week for it to start growing again, but when it did, real nice growth. 2 sets of true leaves growing in. They're starting to get bigger, and then they kind of branching out and starting to get real hardy and healthy. Also over here is another giant red boot that looks really good. This one's a 7-pot original, thick, leaves right here, nice and green. Really happy with that. And then, like for example, this is Tunisian Baklowdy that I got from Jamie, and when I got it, these 2 true leaves were the only ones, and they were really tiny. And it since has started to kind of blow up. So that's it for the ones that I kind of that's kind of sums up everything that I moved from Hoffman's to Pro Mix. Now, kind of like my side-by-side comparison, we'll try to do this. It'll look better in a photo. But this is a Trinidad Scorpion Moruga blend in Hoffman's, and this is a Trinidad Scorpion Moruga blend in Pro Mix. They look pretty similar. I think it's better to do it this way. They look pretty similar, but the ones in the Pro Mix right here, both of these are about 3 or 4 days younger than this one. Also, they are growing faster. As you can see by they look pretty much similar, but the second true leaf on these are a little bit bigger than that one. Also, I had both sprout in my Pro Mix as opposed to just one in this Hoffman's flat. And the Hoffman's is just really flaky, kind of almost muddy with this one. So I'm kind of giving in this grow, for me at least, to the Pro Mix. I really like it. A lot of these have popped up out of all the 18 that I sowed, 18 cups of 2 each. The only varieties that have yet to pop, I got a SB7J, a Naga Cross, a Chocolate Boot, and I don't know, another one in there. I forget what it is. I'm not going to pull it open. I'm really keeping my fingers crossed on the SB7J as far as everything in there. That's the only one I really care about. I really like to get that thing growing, but I haven't had any pop for me this season yet. So keeping my fingers crossed to get one of those. All right, now off to these. Pretty excited that these things are growing so well. I literally, I mean, honestly, my wife was like, these were in the garage just laying on the floor and in a seed flat. And my wife's like, why are you going to throw those away? And I'm like, they're going to die. They're not going to make it. And boy, was I freaking wrong. These things are kind of like, what gives me great hope with this stuff, because I pulled these out way earlier than I did with these. So hopefully I can get, some great foliage and an earlier start on some of on these than I would be on this flat. But just out of all these, my rock star is a Nagamorich from Brian. I got to add one of his pods. It's growing really nicely. Also, this is a Douglas, and it's the only Douglas I have left. I'm getting a Douglas in from cross country later on, but I really am excited. This is a Hippie Seed Company Douglas. My purple again. This thing's doing really nice. Really compact. Starting to grow up a little bit more. A little bit. You can tell the difference in the leaves. It looks a little bit more spade-like. And then you got the Chinance, more of the Super Hots, which are a little bit more stout and stocky. You can also see like the younger stuff that was dying off. We have some new growth at those younger, smaller nodes. It's kind of hard to see with this camera, but pretty excited about that. So I got all these going up, and everything pretty much up until this week has been water only. But I decided that, hey, I'm going to go ahead and start feeding them because they're getting big. I mean, the true leaves are coming in, and the only ones that I have not fed are the ones that have no true leaves that I planted. I think there's maybe 2 or 3 3-ounce cups that I didn't feed. I just watered, and everything else has got some plant food. And what I've decided to go with, I had PHC from Gardener's Source or whatever. I decided I'm going to go with Botanicare products, just because I know a lot of people have used them and they've had great success. And you know what? It's a little bit, in my opinion, the 3-2-4 ratio. I don't know if this is the truth, but in my mind, like if I'm going to do something that's like 6-12-6, I have much higher chance of screwing something up or really messing with them. And the Pro Grow just had so many positive reviews. So I'm going Pro Grow, I'm going CalMag, and then I got Superthrive, and I'm diluting 1/4 strength and feeding them every other watering. And I got food and a water pail, and I go with these, and it makes things easier to water. I ordered this one off eBay, and I ordered a quart, and this dude sent me like 4 8 ounces. So yeah, 8 times 4 is 32. 32 is a quart. Wow. Anyways, but he also sent in a couple free stuff. So Sweet and Clearex. I got no use for Sweet. I'm not growing any fruit. So if any of you guys are growing fruit and you want this, man, I'll send it over to you. No problem. The Clearex is kind of interesting. It's basically what it's supposed to do is clear up all that salt buildup or all the buildup from the nutrients in the soil. Kind of what you do is just, I guess, water the soil, and it breaks up all the salts that have formed on the soil. So maybe I give it a shot, maybe not. I don't know. If things are going so well without it, I don't really see the need to it. But I'm gonna. Hey, if you've used it and it's been good, let me know, and I may give it a shot. Really shouldn't hurt much. Other than that, tonight I'm switching to 18.6. I've been going pretty much 22 and 2. But all my seedlings are over a week old, and I think it's time to give them some more sleep time. So tonight starts the 18.6 schedule, and if these pop up, I will stick them under lights for 24 hours or for about a week before I move them into everything else. And I think I'm going to pot up most of this stuff this weekend. I get like 15 days off of work for my son, so I'm going to use some of the time when I'm not sleeping to hopefully pot a lot of this stuff up, get them all in uniform pots, and go ahead and get them all growing. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for taking the time, and I will keep you updated. If you have any questions or comments, leave them. Send me a message if you want that sweet. So take it easy. Bye.